So I just recently learned about this thing called misanthropy, and I didn't know that there was a word for it, but I knew that I felt this way. So it's described as a general dislike, distrust, or disdain for humanity as a whole. It can range from believing people are mostly selfish or cruel to feeling deep contempt for the human race. And let me tell you something real quick. I resonate with that so hard, bro. Now I don't have like a deep contempt for the human race, but everything else I vibe with. General dislike, distrust, and disdain for humanity as a whole. It's so hard to try to break this down into a short, but let me try real quick. I'll give you one quick example. Earlier, I was watching a short of a guy. I guess he's a fighter of some sort, and they were talking about fighting, and this guy was really animated, and the interviewer asked him, um, but at that point, wouldn't you want to like take him into the octagon or the ring or whatever it was and fight him and get that bag and get that money? And the guy was like, no, at that point I want to step outside and do what men do. And all of the comments were like, yeah, be a man about it, blah blah blah. Dude, I was sitting there thinking, I couldn't help but sit there and just shake my head like, that is so dumb to me. Like, I can't stand the way people think. Like, okay, so this is how men are. Now listen, I'm a 6'2" big guy who can fight. I'm not scared. It's not about that. Don't start with the comments. It's about the fact that that's the thought process behind. So that's what men do. Like, it's so dumb. And there's things like that about women too. And I'm about to make a full video about this, and you can come over and check it out. I'll link it in here on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube. But that's one example of just thing. I'm just like, I'm always rolling my eyes at things. I don't want to be like this, but it is what it is. And I've been doing my research here a little bit and trying to figure stuff out. It can come with cynicism and nihilism and pessimism and all the stuff that I have, and it often is associated alongside with PTSD, which I have, and depression, which I have. So there's reasons for it, but do you resonate at all with what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like the whole system of the way that the way things are set up, the way people think about things, the way things go. I just don't like it, and I can't help that about myself. It's not that I want to be that way, but it's just the way that I am. And yeah, so let me know and check out the full video. So now that we got the short out of the way, let's dive into the meat and potatoes, as my dad would call it. So yeah, so that was one example of it. It goes along with a lot of things. So another thing, like, I'm just about to explain it as fast as I can because I don't want this to be a super long video, and it probably will be now that I said that. But like holidays, I don't understand why humans are so big on holidays. I can't wrap my head around it. Birthdays and stuff, like, I don't care about my birthday that much. I don't. It's just like whatever. I don't get it, and so the stuff that would go along the lines of this, which is dislike, distrust, and disdain, it also says that it can come along with if you have a lot of negative experiences in your life with people, and I definitely have, especially with my daughter's mother. I was with her for 8 years, and that's when a lot of my mental health stuff started spiraling, was with her. It was super toxic. So it just kind of became this thing where I started despising certain things about the way that things are. And one of those things is like, I had a job up there, and I was working. It was a super hot job. I was waking up at like 4 in the morning. It was called Filta. I was dealing with fryers. I was covered in oil. It was so hot. I passed out one day. I mean, it was rough. And I would meet people, and I started noticing, for some reason, the first thing people said when they would meet me is, "What do you do for a living?" And I realized The reason you're asking me that is so you know how to judge me. You know, like you know where to place me in your mind. Like, is this guy worth my time? Is he not? And I started getting like upset about that because, for one, I was having a hard time with my back. I have really bad back issues. Um, and I I was still working really hard for very. I was like getting like $15 an hour, $14 an hour. I was a supervisor, and I was busting my rump from 4 a.m. and I honestly would get off work for, I think it was like 2 hour break from the 4 a.m. to 10 p.m. It was so rough, and I would meet people and I would just be like, oh, I clean fryers for a living, essentially, and I work on fryers. I fix them and stuff. And they would just look at me like, "Oh, okay, like so you're not a big deal." And it would irk me because I was that was when my eyes started opening to this. And so the whole system of the way it works is the way people think, the way they are started kind of like coming into view for me. And you know, the girl I was with at the time, my daughter's mother, it was never enough. It was always you need to be making more money, more money, more money. So it just became this money, 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 money thing. And I'm like, dude, I can barely walk with my back and this stuff, and you just don't care. All you care about is money. And it so I feel like at that point is when this started coming out of me, and I just recently realized that it had a name for it, misanthropy. So another example is if a woman walks into wherever I'm at, say a restaurant or something like that, and she's dressed in, you know, a half shirt, booty shorts, and her chest is hanging out of her shirt. I'm straight as an arrow. It's not like that wouldn't be an attractive thing for me on that level, but in every other way, it's an unattractive thing. Like, I wouldn't want to go approach that girl and hit on her. I wouldn't want to like go on a date with her or sleep with her or anything like that. That's actually a turn off for me. And this is where it gets into, I don't want to sound all emo and edgy here, but I don't feel very understood at all in life because I have that kind of reaction that doesn't line up with most people. And most, you know, like most men, ideally, I think, like thinking of it, I would think that most men would be like, I'm going to go hit on her. She's super hot or whatever. Whereas, like, it wouldn't be like that for me. So I dislike that, even that. And this is a big one, even deeper. Is like, I'm the kind of person that I'll look up at the stars and, you know, this sounds so corny, but like, I'll look up at the sky and be like, I wonder what it's like up there. I wonder what it's like, you know, and I'll research things about space. I'm a nerd, dude. Like, I want to learn about everything. My ex-wife, actually, the other, you know, my son's mother used to call me Random Fact Man because I had all these random facts in my head that made no sense. To you know, it's not that it didn't make sense. It was just like I had all these facts. It didn't help anything. You know, like it just even the small things I want to know about. So, but yeah, so then even deeper to me is like the way society is made up, how humanity made society. You know, you wake up, you go to school as a young kid, you start at preschool sometimes for kids, and then all the way up to college, and then you work, and then if you're lucky, you have a few years left in your life to just live, and then you die. And there's people out there that are perfectly fine accepting that and going along with that without questioning anything about how life works or anything like that. And that blows my mind. These surface level kind of people who never want to dig deeper. And it's not that I hate those people or I dislike those people. That blows me away because it's like, you don't care at all about this, like the deeper stuff. It's like brainwash. It's like from a young age, you're brainwashed into just being in society, doing what you're supposed to do. And if you don't, you're screwed. you're homeless and nobody will accept you, which taps into your humanity and how we want to be accepted so bad. And I'm speaking of myself too. There's a reason I go to therapy. So anyway, to try to wrap this up, because we're at the 10-minute mark now. Yeah, it's a general dislike for the way that everybody thinks. It's like men are supposed to be this way and tough, and women are supposed to be this way and that way, and it's just like, why? And if you're not that way, there's alpha male, there's beta male, and this stupidity. It's like Neanderthal thinking to me. It's like, shouldn't we be past this? Shouldn't we, like, I don't know. I think I've made my point, but let me know. Do you agree, disagree? Like, what do you think? And I know I am a pessimist, and I know I am all these things, but um, I can't be anything other than who I am, and I am just super interested in stuff like this, researching it, finding stuff out, and learning about it. Let me know if it resonates with you, and if you made it this far into the video, you're a true champ. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe, hit the like button, because it would help me grow. And this is the kind of stuff I want to start doing, stuff that interests me on here, and I hopefully will eventually be able to get better and better equipment, better and better stuff to grow this channel. And if you're on Facebook, hit the like button, comment, let me know what you think. Like, let's do this thing, man. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys watching, and I appreciate all the feedback, because this is like deep stuff for me personally, to hopefully find somebody who understands what I'm saying at all. So thank you again, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.